Hey, it's AJ here for Tech Bytes, bringing you some bite-sized tips to improve your tech knowledge. In this video, we're going to be talking about file storage. How much do you need? How much is too little? And is there such a thing as too much? So, let's get started. For many people who are looking to buy a new computer, phone, or tablet, it can be a daunting task. There are many options out there with a wide range of specs. One thing that everyone needs to consider, though, when buying a new device is how much storage they will need. How can you tell how much you will need? Well, here are a few things for you to consider before you buy. Whilst every device will boast about coming with X gigabytes of storage included, that does not mean that all of this will be available to the user. Every device, no matter if it's a desktop computer or a mobile phone, will require a certain amount of system storage for the operating system. This can of course vary depending on the device. Most devices will also require a minimum amount of free space to be available for updates to be installed. For example, for Windows 10, this can be 20 or more gigabytes of storage just for the operating system, and then a further 3 to 4 gigabytes in free space to download the updates, and then that again for them to be installed. Windows 11, for example, recommends 64 gigabytes of storage for continuous use, and this is before considering any other type of extra software you wish to install. Many other softwares can range from a few megabytes through to 500 megabytes or a few gigabytes or more. So let's have a look at some of the most popular software and see how much storage they require. A Microsoft Office 365 installation is anything between 5 and 10 gigabytes of storage, depending on the license you have and the software you require. Adobe Photoshop requires about 4 gigabytes of storage, however more is recommended for additional plugins. Adobe Acrobat DC requires about 4.5 gigabytes of storage. iTunes on Windows requires 500 megabytes of storage. Google Chrome uses just under 400 megabytes of storage. Zoom video conferencing actually only uses about 10 megabytes of storage, whereas Microsoft Teams uses about 120 megabytes of storage by comparison. So, as you can see, when you see a device that comes with 64 gigabytes of storage, you'll be able to tell that a minimum of 40 gigabytes of this space will be used for the operating system and software alone. So, is this suitable for you to be able to use? Well, the next thing we have to consider when seeing how much storage is suitable is how much file storage you require. If you already own a device, you should be able to see how much storage you currently use by going to This PC in Windows or Disk Utility on a Mac. However, this is not always a true reflection of how much storage you may require, and there are a few things that you should consider. Many people, me included in this, are guilty of downloading files and not deleting them once they're no longer required. Meaning that at the moment, there's probably about 1,000 files in my downloads folder, taking up more than 30 gigabytes of storage, and I probably don't need most of them. Furthermore, many people are also guilty of not emptying their recycle bin. Before assessing your current storage size, it's worth cleaning out all of these items to ensure that the storage which is used is actually accurate. The next thing we should consider is how many files you usually create or download, and their average file size. This is not just documents though. Images, videos, music and other such files should also be considered. For example, if you take about 50 photos in a week, and each standard JPEG photo is 3 to 5 megabytes in size, that's between 7.5 and 12.5 gigabytes of storage per year. However, if you have a standalone camera or DSLR, your photo sizes could be anything from 10 megabytes to 50 or even 100 megabytes in size, especially if you're a photographer like myself and primarily shoot in RAW. Using a similar scale of 50 images per week, this could be between 25 gigabytes and a whopping 250 gigabytes over the space of a year. However, many professional photographers will tell you that an average shoot will be more than 50 images, and that in a busy month, 250 gigabytes will be filled up very quickly, especially when having edited versions of these files also. This of course is not accounting for videos, which are much larger in size and can vary depending on the length, resolution and frame rate. 1 minute of 4K video recorded at 30 frames per second can be anything from 350 megabytes in size, meaning that 60 minutes of 4K video recorded over a year could be more than 20 gigabytes. For example, when I'm recording these videos, I'm usually doing multiple takes and messing up quite a bit along the way. I mean seriously, the bloopers you could get from this last year's worth of videos could fill a video on their own. But the average video shoot will be somewhere in the region of 100 to 200 gigabytes in size, depending on the length of the video. Then the library file, which I use for editing, is all of the same videos, plus all of my graphics and other edits. These are just a few of the things that we should consider when considering how much file storage we require. One way to save on storage is to look into cloud storage in companion to any device storage which you have. Many cloud storage providers will allow you to be able to see all of your cloud files on your device without them taking up storage space. And then you can download them if or when you require, as long as you have an internet connection. Just remember to have a backup of all of these files so that you're abiding by the 3-2-1 backup method. We made a whole video about this method, which will link down in the description and also in the title card of this video. So, how much storage do you actually need? Well, it depends on a lot of different circumstances. However, for desktops and laptops, we usually advise that most people have no less than 256 gigabytes of storage to allow for the operating system, downloaded software and apps, as well as allowing some storage for your files. However, depending on the use and any existing storage on your current system, this could extend to or even exceed 1 terabyte. Everyone's uses, of course, will vary. Some people may use a companion data drive for file storage, or others may primarily use cloud storage. So, is there such a thing as too much device storage? Well, that's a matter of opinion. If you're only using your computer for Word and Excel documents that only take up a few kilobytes, then a 2 terabyte NVMe SSD may be a little bit of overkill. But only you will know how many files you have and how many you plan to create in the future. We also recommend that for your primary system drive that you use an SSD, but just remember that not all drives are created equal, and that drives such as NVMe PCIe Gen 4 drives are among the fastest currently on the market. We've made a few videos recently on how to spec a Windows 11 computer for your business, the differences in different storage types, and also about file storage and security. We'll link those down in the description and also in the title cards of this video. If you're looking to buy new devices for your business and are not sure how much storage you may need, then reach out to any of our consultants and we can work with you to build a device spec based on your storage requirements. And we can also spec these systems for the job roles that you require. We can even help you migrate from your old systems to your new ones. Hopefully you found the information in this video useful. If you have, please hit the like button and consider sharing this video with your friends, family and colleagues. Also subscribe and hit the bell icon to be notified about future videos, including more of our Tech Bytes videos and our longer Tech-Explained videos. Until then though, see you soon!